are from Donut Group. We will present about North Korea. Stay tuned.
On February 2017, the death of Kim Jong-nam, which is the stepbrother for Kim Jong-un, had been a hot issue in Malaysia. After the incident, all Malaysians are eager to know about North Korea. Right now, I will tell you some of the background of North Korea. After the Korean War in North Korea, the first president of North Korea is Kim Il-sung, and under his government, he used his own national philosophy, which is Juche, means self-reliance. In this government, all economy activities, social media, and other multimedia are controlled by the economy or by the government. And also there is some restriction for netizens to go out and coming into the North Korea. In 1994, President Kim Il-sung died, and North Korea was succeeded by his son named Kim Jong-il. Under Kim Jong-il, he created his own institution, which is Song-un Chon-chin, or in other names, military first. Under government of Kim Jong-il, in order to create a good relationship between North Korea and South Korea, he had made adoption of Sunshine Policy, which is North Korea nuclear test. But his attempt to create a good relationship between North Korea and South Korea is failed because Kim Jong-il had carried on his own nuclear test without the South Korea know. So Kim Jong-un labelled himself as a modern legendary president by following his grandfather and his uncle government, but in another way. But his way is not really good because he caused of damaging national relations with the West, because he decided to continue the nuclear test, and he also threatened president of United States, which is now Donald Trump, to make a test in United States of the nuclear bomb, which is 7 times larger than nuclear bomb that have been set in Hiroshima and Nagasaki on World War II. So there is some of the background of North Korea that I know, and as far as concerned, North Korea is a close economy. Okay, this is because Kim Jong-un had made a quite bad step because he create a problem with USA, which is quite big influence for other countries. So that's all for me for the background, and let's proceed to the discussion.
In 2009, kerosene reforms set off a bout of inflation and contribute to the further devaluing of the North Korean won. In the aftermath, the North Korean economy shrank and continuing food availability problems. The chart shows the trajectory of prices for rice, corn, and the US dollar since January 2010. Since the beginning of 2010, inflation on an annualized basis has averaged 131% for rice and 138% for corn. The won has depreciated against the dollar at a 136% annualized rate of price movement suggests that while remaining high, the rate of inflation has reduced, declining in 2011 than 2010. The rise in the relative price of corn for rice would be consistent with a deteriorated situation in which households are shifting demand away from the preferred, which is rice, toward the cheaper such as grain and corn. Most worrisome, however, are recent post-harvest observations. Unlike 2010 when, as would be expected, the price of rice fell after the harvest, the rice price has been rising continuously since the harvest. Corn prices, which tend to fall even more dramatically after the harvest, for example by nearly 50% in the 3 months following the harvest in 2010. It is not just food either. Coal prices are also increased. The scarcity of coal in local market to the division of domestic coal supplies to the Chinese export market. IFES recently reported that North Korea has suspended anthracite coal exports to China exactly over concern about spreading international shortage.
Unemployment rate of North Korea is decreased to 4.2% in 2017 from 4.3% in 2016. Average unemployment rate is 4.65% from 1991 until 2017. Unemployment rate reached higher by 6.4% in 1992. It is because have a nuclear crisis development under Kim Il-sung power at that time. Meanwhile, low unemployment rate has been recorded by 4.2% in 2017. It is because North Korean government has a required forced or uncompensated labor, and there was a forced school children and university students to work for them after completing school. Labor force was work for free or no wages or symbolic compensation and had to pay bribes or face severe punishment if they failed to assign job. If they fail to go work or assign a job, they will be sent to forced labor camp for 6 months. They do hard work, face physical abuse from guards, and treat us less than human at that camp. So, anyone who doesn't work is assumed to be a criminal in North Korea.
In North Korea, have two types of exchange rate. The first is set by the government at an artificially high level and is used monthly in shop or hotels that deal in foreign currency. Okay, the other is more closely watched. Is tied to market forces or called as black market, and it is a better reflection of actual economic conditions. In 2009, and North Korea won is not accepted. The stores only take Japanese yen and US dollars. In 2018, most stores in North Korea take US dollars, euros and Chinese yuan or renminbi, RMB. Since more renminbi and US dollars are bought into the country than euros, change from transaction is primarily written in renminbi or US dollars. Okay, the effect of the exchange rate is the government set limits on the quantity of won a family could exchange for new won. The currency reform sparked a panic in North Korean won black market and it's underground the market and for goods and services. The value of the won against the greenback collapsed and the price of rice skyrockets. Okay. And the other effect is to the import and export. First off, North Korea economy has never been self-reliant. It has depended heavily on exporting goods such as coal, textiles and seafood. Okay. The country tried to boost domestic production to reduce the country's reliance on imports and lift consumption of domestically made goods. Okay. On the other hand, And they also limiting trades to a specific exchange rate bandwidth or reducing loans in real currency. North Korea selling off its asset because states owns all the capital. It can fund itself and protect the exchange rate by selling or privatizing a good part of its property.
In the conclusion, the inflation, employment rate, and exchange rate are causes by the country itself. That's all from us. Thank you.
Kamsahamnida.